Hi, my name is Emad AbouElgheit and I'm a digital marketing strategist for tech startups. In this video, I'm going to talk about the second step in your digital marketing strategy, which is identifying your target audiences. In this step, we have to do three things: segmentation, targeting, and positioning. Segmentation is basically dividing your entire market of thousands or millions of individuals into a few homogeneous groups that share common characteristics. For example, traditional segmentation approach, you can just segment by location, like urban versus rural. You can target a segment by income, for example, users who make $100,000 a year or more. For example, females living in New York City, age 25 to 35. Those are all traditional segmentation approaches. But in the digital marketing, we have technology that can help us do a more advanced segment. One of the ways that you can segment your target audience is by their stage in the buying decision. And this is very commonly used in digital marketing. For example, you can make search advertising campaign for people who are considering still to buy a new car, looking for information, because they will be at that stage more likely to use search and collect information. Another segment based on the buying decision can be users who already determined that they wanted to buy a specific car model and they're looking for the best price. So in that case, you target them by marketing with car prices comparisons and stuff. Another segmentation approach is by interest or affinity category, as Facebook calls it. You can now target users or segment users by their being interested in sports, users who like to travel, users who like movies. If your product falls into one of those categories of interests, you can target them easily regardless of their age and location. You can also do geofencing. Geofencing is targeting people in a very specific geographical location that can be as close as a single building in a city in the United States, or a specific street, or a specific clinic or social club or restaurant. That way you can target users based on being in the place that they can actually generate sales, which can be very useful in local search and local advertising. And also for B2B sort of technology and enterprise software, you can target people by their jobs, okay? If you're selling an enterprise software, you can target all procurement managers, for example, in a region or in a country. You can target CEOs. One of the very useful platforms, of course, of doing that is LinkedIn, where you can have like a lot of database of professionals with their titles and connections. After you identified like 5 to 10 segments, for example, you need to do your targeting. Targeting basically selecting the most attractive segments from those 10 you generated from here, okay? You can't target many segments. You have to target maximum 3 or 4 segments to be able to actually appeal to them and position your product for them. You can't be everything for everyone. So you have to trade off and select the most attractive segment to you. What is the criteria for selecting the most attractive segments? Well, look at their size, how many they are. You can actually know the number from tools of advertising on Facebook or Google. They can actually quantify this segment for you in numbers. Look at their size, look at their growth rates, look at their income. Can they afford to buy your products? Look at their way of doing business, how they take decisions online, and put those criteria that is most suitable for your product and select the most attractive or target the most attractive 3 or 4 segments. The last step here is positioning. Positioning is related to how you want to appeal to that target segments that you identified. It's related to branding. You have to do a proper branding exercise. You define how your product should be perceived based on a set of benefits. For example, safety and family, for example, energy and strength. Any kind of positioning that you want your product to be known for, okay? And from that, you can develop your core marketing messages, your tone of voice. Do you want to write content or develop content that sounds serious, funny, attractive, sophisticated. So, and sticking to those messages help you build the memorizing for your brand messaging and help you sell more. After doing your segmentation, targeting, and positioning, you should end up with 3 or 4 segments with a profile for each one that looks like. For example, give it a name like strong independent herb and explain that segment in details in your plan documents. What's their demographics, age, where do they live, what is their income, what is their interests, what is their size, like how many of those actually exist that you want to target, what's their buying process, how does it look like. For example, they can be independent in their search, but influenced by social media influencers when they evaluate different alternatives. And there are kind of spontaneous shoppers. They take decisions to buy spontaneously. So you need to really know and educate your team what exactly your target segment is. You need to know your customer. So, and one way of doing that is doing that exercise and ending up with a detailed profile of that segment. After you do that, you will be able to know them more, attract them with more relevant message that appeals to them. I hope you enjoyed that video about target audiences, the second step in building a digital marketing strategy. My name again is Emad AbouElgheit. I'm a digital marketing strategist for tech startups. And if you like the video, please subscribe to the channel, comment if you have any questions, and if you need a one-on-one digital marketing audit for your business, I would be happy to do so. Contact me on the email below. Thank you and see you next videos.